Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 8 of Orugaru 2. And this episode, I gotta say, was like really just an emotional roller coaster, to be honest. For our first half, of course, it comes off from that huge thing with, Yukino saying he doesn't have to force himself to, keep going there anymore. And he has this talk with the teacher, keep forgetting her name, and it was she like really it really taught him a lot about what about emotion stuff because he's really good at reading people and everything, but there's one thing you can never factor in as a human emotion. And that whole conversation, it was pretty interesting to listen to. And another thing was, it was pretty funny when he said that because she always says that she can't get married or anything, and he's like, no one he tells her that no one has good taste in women, and she blushes and everything. And he even admits, well, not he didn't say it, but he thinks to himself, if he was born like 10 years ago and he was met her 10 years ago when he was 10 years younger, then he would have fallen for her. That's pretty dang interesting to hear, that that's his kind of girl kind of thing. But pretty much the big part was when he finally gathers up the courage, and you can see how hard it is for him to say this and ask them for his help and everything. And Yukino's all, at first is even saying, it because he admits that it's his fault that all this is happening, and he was the one that made her president, and for the what's wrong with the girls, the Rumi, I forget what her name is, but the problem wasn't solved fully because his way doesn't work. It works, I guess, like momentarily, like a brief moment, like, oh, this was good, but in the long run, it seems to have kicked him in the butt, kind of thing. And he goes to ask them for help, and Yukino at first is no and everything, and he even starts to tear up and everything, and everyone starts to tear up. He says, what he's really wanted all along is something genuine. That's what he wants. He doesn't want, like, he even says he doesn't want friendship or all this other kind of things. He wants something genuine. And it was pretty interesting. And at the end, it was a very emotional thing. Everyone, you know, Yukino and Yui holding each other and saying, they got to talk this out. And sometimes everything cannot be, worked out just by conveying through words and everything, it's through actions as well, and all this kind of stuff. And in the end, it was Yukino saying that she will indeed help Hikigaya. So it was pretty dang, like, the whole episode was just emotional. Like, the first half it wasn't as much. It was more about, like, you know, he was getting Hikigaya was getting kind of a lecture pretty much, and even realized, like, everything that's been happening, it's for kind of like, you know what he's done. It's because of him. And also, the fact with the whole student council thing, the reason he didn't want Yui and Yukino to be president was pretty much for himself. The reason he made Komachi kind of like, the reason that he had to do this, but in actuality it was for himself and everything. And it's pretty dang interesting. I really enjoyed this episode. It was definitely like, wow, crazy. Like, everything just was bottled up and blew up in this episode. And finally, we're gonna get to see in the next episode everything, like, it will, I guess, kind of die down, and they'll be able to solve all the problems now that Yukino is and Yui will be helping Hikigaya. They're gonna figure a way. Maybe Yukino will talk some sense into that the other school student council president, because that guy's an idiot, and everyone's just like, oh, blah 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 blah, oh yeah, yada yada yada, same thing over and over again. I still hate those guys. But yeah, overall, really good episode. Really enjoyed it, and seriously, cannot wait for the next week's episode. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion and review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about it, comment below as well. And seriously, guys, cannot wait to see how everything pans out in the next episode. So until next time, guys, see ya.